Welcome to The Source, where we combine the headlines with in-depth conversations with the newsmakers themselves. Today on the program, as Filipinos welcome 2018, the newly approved tax reform law takes effect.
This is the administration's biggest Christmas gift to the Filipino people, as 99% of the taxpayers should benefit from the simpler, fairer, and more efficient tax system.
Bigger take-home pays await working Filipinos.
Able to give what the economic managers want, no? That the revenue that they intend to raise, and at the same time, ang talagang concern ko, if we soften the impact on na sana hindi maging inflationary.
But there's higher tax on fuel and other commodities.
The brunt will be borne by the richer because they consume more.
Also updates on the Dengbaksha controversy.
They say that they have not observed any deaths insofar as the clinical trial studies are concerned.
A Twitter word war and a looming recall election. Senator J.V. Ejercito joins us live. And later, feast your eyes on these upcoming astronomic events. That's for today's In Focus. Thank you for joining us. I'm Pinky Webb. A gift for the Filipinos. This is how the Duterte administration describes its newly approved tax reform law that rolls out starting this year. While the law promises bigger income to working Filipinos, some lawmakers express their concern on its impact on food, fuel, and other basic commodities. Also, he's coming to the defense of his seatmate and colleague, Senator Sherwin Gatchalian, after a controversial online exchange. And what lies ahead for his mother, the sitting mayor of San Juan, after the COMELEC approves a recall election. Let's go straight to the source of the story. Senator J.V. Ejercito, sir, belated happy birthday.
Thank you, Vicky.
And Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year to you and all our televiewers.
So how old are you?
I'm below 50.
We're both below 50. JV was a schoolmate, of course, in college. So, a lot of topics to discuss. First, this is supposed to be, the train is supposed to be a gift to the Filipino people. Do you think it is a gift to the Filipino people, Senator?
Well, you know, Pinky, the intention was good, no? That the lower income bracket, or those earning 250,000 annually, will be exempted. And it's a campaign promise by the President. So that would benefit about 6 million workers. But the problem, Pinky, my apprehension, no, although I'm part of the majority, is that I'm really worried about the inflationary effects, because you will now be raising prices of fuel, petroleum, because of the excise taxes, and the sugar sweetened beverage, which is a consumer item. So, double whammy. Yung petroleum pa lang, it's already inflationary, and it will cause a domino effect already. So, my worry, Pinky, it might benefit 6 million, but about 18 million who do not belong to that
bracket.
That bracket will bear the brunt. No?
So let's get that clear. 6 million will probably benefit.
Yes.
Pero there's an 18 million, sir, that might not.
About 15 to 18 million who do not belong to that bracket will shoulder, because definitely all the consumer items, no, petroleum to consumer goods, will definitely shoulder most of this, as excise taxes will surely be passed on to the consumers.
Okay, so here's the thing, sir. You're against that, especially the sweetened beverage and the excise taxes on fuel,
Yes.
which really, to a lot of people, is huge, staggered on a 3-year basis, I think. But you were behind the president when he signed this.
No, I was
Weren't
there
you?
I was there in Malacanang, because the train bill and the budget, because I'm vice chair of the Committee on Finance, were signed one after the other.
Okay.
So I only joined with the signing of the budget. I was.
It was not the signing of the train bill.
I was not yet there.
Okay.
Although I have to admit that I voted, no, because I voted in favor of it, but I expressed my my reservations on. I even said that it's a yes bordering already on a no, because I was really not in favor of the rates, no, especially of the by-cam version. Like in the original version, Pinky, the petroleum taxes were supposedly 3 pesos in the first year, 3 pesos in the second year. On the Senate version, which I was in favor, at least it was 175 and another 175. But the BICAM version, they ended up with a compromise of 250 and higher. So I just feel that it was quite high, but I voted because, this was a priority measure of the Duterte administration. And I hope I'm wrong with my apprehensions, but, we have to give it a chance because they committed that whatever they would raise, they would really use it for the build in the infrastructure development program, which which is very close to my heart because I've been pushing for the infrastructure and the railway system for
absolutely.
for the longest time.
Yeah. So you're just hoping it goes to that. But here's the thing, sir. I think it was even Senator Sani Angara who was also saying he hopes part of the proceeds obviously will even go to the modernization of the MRT. But let's look at the prices on fuel. Senator, every day, binapalabas po namin prices of fuel.
Yes.
Fuel prices will go up by 20 centavos per liter. Ganon, 20 centavos. Now what we're looking at, what? 250?
In the first year.
Opo.
So the only safety mechanism that we have is that the economic managers or the Department of Finance committed that in case, Pinky, that the inflation rate breaches the threshold of 4 rate, they would suspend the further the tranches of the succeeding years. So kung sakaling umabot or we reach the 4 which is the threshold mark for this year,
hindi matutuloy yung 250.
Yes, so to prevent
I see.
To arrest or
so there's like that safety net,
inflation.
that safety measure that they put in place. But transport fares, sir, are you thinking with a 250 increase, automatic na ba yan na may increase sa transport fares?
Well, I would think so. That would follow. As you said, sometimes 20 centavos, 50 centavos already has quite an impact. But this time it's 250 and another 250 next year. So this is quite, I'm really not in favor of it because of the inflationary effect.
So sir, when will this begin? Gasoline at 2.65, diesel at 250, auto LPG 250. Kailan ho yan?
I guess almost all the companies, oil companies already implemented it start of the year. They have already adjusted their pump prices because yesterday when I went on a ride,
nagpagas ka?
may cover na they have not adjusted, but they have. I think they already adjusted. They have not adjusted the machine, but they are already implementing.
But remember, sir, di ba meron reserve yan? So dapat they're still using the prices of the reserve.
Supposedly, because all of this fuel, all of these manufactured items were manufactured 3 to 6 months ago.
Okay.
So I think they have some are already taking advantage.
So you have fuel prices really going up. You're saying the transport fares will definitely go up, and you were basically also saying that there could be what you call this food inflation.
Yes.
Sir, can you explain this to us, please?
Well, Piggy, as I mentioned, every time the prices of petroleum or fuel goes up, there's already a domino effect. All the other prices will go up. But this time around, aside from petroleum, you have the sugar, sweetened beverage taxes which will be implemented. Piggy, my worry is that I don't know if this was taken into consideration, but there are 1.3 million sari-sari store owners all over the country, not to mention the carinderias, the eateries, the ambulant vendors, the sidewalk vendors, who more than about 40 to 50% of their sales come from the sugar sweetened beverage. So they will be affected as well. And that's the underground economy. So I'm just hoping, Pingy, that I am wrong in my apprehension that raising both petroleum and sugar sweetened beverages might just cause food inflation.
And ano ho ba yung food inflation?
Well, all prices of basic commodities, especially food items, will definitely go up. May exemption yung milk and 3-in-1 because we fought for that because we know that it might might affect
kape. Hindi yan kasama.
Yes, but milk products, other dairy products, and other food items might just increase. And everybody, of course, being consumer items, all of us everybody will need to buy all of these food items daily.
But they
will carry the brand.
But they're saying, Senator, that this could also be good because this is also a way for consumers to be a little bit more healthy.
Well,
what do you think of that?
If it was, I'm the chair of Committee on Health, I was also saying that if it will really a health measure, then it should have been content-based, yung the basis for taxes should not be volume. Now it's volumetric. So you tax it by volume. So if the intention is really to lower the consumption of sugar, it should be content-based. So that, companies, multinationals, and this producing sugar sweetened beverage, they will now innovate on how they will lessen sugar content on their products.
Ibig sabihin, sa isang inumin, gagawin siguro nila, kukontian na lang nila yung find ways, you said, as to be innovative in
It's
a way.
volumetric. So you base it on the volume of the
Ibig
drink.
sabihin, 1 liter, 1.5 liter, ganon. Ganon ang basis ngayon.
Yes.
Okay, but so I know you did say, sir, that you are the chairman of the Committee on Health. So was this something that you fought for as well?
I was proposing that I was hoping that they will make it content-based, and they committed, the DOF, that since we have no capability as of the moment to measure, so in 2 years, now it's volumetric, but in 2 years they have committed that they will now shift to content-based, so that this will now become an honest-to-goodness health measure.
So what should have been done? Kung kayo po ang masusunod, you said that you wanted maybe excise taxes to be increased. You were hoping for that instead of this.
I'm hoping that the petroleum, for example, the petroleum, it's now at 250. I was hoping it will be just 175, just to soften the impact or the shock factor. And likewise, the sugar sweetened beverage, taking into consideration the underground economy that depends on it. Instead of originally it was 10 pesos, and 20 pesos for high fructose corn syrup, and 10 pesos for other sugar or caloric sweeteners. We were hoping to make it 3 pesos and 6 pesos, but it came out now it's about 6 pesos and 12 pesos.
Okay.
So it's still quite high. I was hoping, Pinky, that to soften the impact or the shock factor, we can increase, if we can increase instead the tobacco excise the taxes, tobacco tax, because there is still room. Because, Pinky, I know that there's already sin tax, tobacco tax was increased 2012, but if you would look at the rates in the other countries, especially just in Asia, there's still room there's still room because we still have one of the lowest price per pack of tobacco.
Cigarettes,
yes, of cigarettes. So, since it's not a basic commodity, Pinky, it's not food.
It's a health risk.
It's a health risk. So, might as well increase the tobacco tax instead of increasing petroleum and sugar sweetened
Over and above the sin tax is what you're saying, sir. So why did that not work?
Well, because during the deliberation, Senator Angara, while I was proposing an amendment, he said that this was not taken up. This was not taken into consideration. Because at that time, they think that the sin tax law was already working. So, but he made a commitment that in the package 2 of the tax reform, that the tobacco tax will be included.
Okay.
So,
because we need to make that clear, Senator. Yes. This is just the first tax reform package.
This is just the package 1.
Package 1. Meron pang package 2. So brace ourselves.
So I had that commitment from Senator Angara.
Okay.
But unfortunately, during the BICAM, it caught me by surprise. I didn't see it really coming that it was reintroduced, that the tobacco tax, but at a very, 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 very low rate. So
what happened there?
I really don't know. I did see it coming. I was proposing a 60 pesos per pack excise tax. But what came out was 250 up to 10 pesos for the next coming year. So it's really quite low. So
ang laki ng difference,
I would not be
sir.
surprised, Pinky. I'm sorry, but I will not be surprised if the tobacco companies, Philip Morris, probably Tycoon Luciutan had a hand in this, probably allegedly they might file libel against me, but but I really did see it coming, and I have to be honest with you, I was disappointed because
Disappointed with whom? The senator?
With the BICAM rate.
Okay.
I know that Senator Angara fought for this, but he's only one. He's the author, but the BICAM is composed of 24 people. So I really did see it coming. I have to be honest that I really was quite disappointed with the inclusion of tobacco at a very low rate.
We'll be taking a short break. This is The Source on CNN Philippines. Still ahead, a Twitter word war among netizens and his co-senator and an upcoming recall election in San Juan. Senator J.V. Ejercito will still be with us after the break. And also don't miss these astronomical events, definitely made in the stars. That's for today's In Focus.
$32.50 kasi 30 pesos siya ngayon. So magiging $32.50. Lumalabas to 50 lang. Tapos increase
ang proposal
every
mo
year,
from
abot ng 40 pesos.
your proposal was from 30 to 60.
To 60. So 30 pesos increase.
100%.
Yeah, 100%.
Ang cost basically. Okay.
Kasi may room pa rin eh. Kasi if you'll compare it to other
Yeah,
countries,
malaki, mababa pa rin
mura
tayo,
pa rin
talaga.
tayo eh.
Yeah. Tama naman yun.
So talagang ano yun, tingin ko yung off the record. Siyempre,
Hindi, sir, on the record ka pala, we're still live on Facebook. FYI. Live tayo. Wala ka naman sinabi, sabi wala off the record, pero hindi mo naman tinuloy.
Yun lang, I was really disappointed kasi hindi ko I didn't expect na i-reintroduce kasi meron na akong commitment for package 2 at that rate.
Sino yun? Sino dun yun?
Siyempre, some lawmakers as well, siguro probably for whatever reasons, pero ako, I still think that may hand ang Philip Moniz. Probably.
Well, you said that on air.
Probably.
Yeah. No, but
That's quite
24 ba sabay? Come 12 and 12?
Tama ba?
Tama ba? 12 and 12?
6 and 6.
So 12 total.
Yeah.
Is this super moon called Moon Apogee? What is this? Moon Apogee?
Tama daw.
Okay. You're watching The Source on CNN Philippines. Our guest today, Senator J.V. Ejercito. All right, Dengvaksha, sir. When is the next hearing?
Well, we will be resuming session on January 15, and I'm still discussing with Senator Gordon. No? I still have some questions, and there are things that we need to take up, especially the health aspect, which was not really covered that much because the concentration of the previous 2 hearings was on the haste and the procurement, in the whole procurement process. So, Pinky, I have to, I don't know, my son, my 17-year-old son was also given the vaccine, no? So I'm also concerned, just like the 800,000 parents out there. So we have to address this issue, the anxiety, no, the uncertainty. So I'm hoping that the DOH, together with WHO, by that time, we'll have already some answers. We'll have already have some
more developments and updates,
under investigation. Because in December, Pinky, I was hoping that to have it this January, because since it just the controversy just erupted. I was thinking that the people will still be in the field, no, doing the research, no. But I'm hoping this January we'll have more data, we'll have more information, and hopefully the WHO would already give us some recommendations and findings, no, to help the DOH.
But the previous administration, the former president, the former health secretary, the former executive secretary, what's their culpability to you, if any, so far, sir? Meron ho ba?
Well, if you would look at the timeline, no, during the course of the hearing, the 2 hearings, if you would look at the timeline, if it was really done in haste, no, it was even I think President Aquino admitted that they did it so that wag daw abutin ng eleksyon, no, that was the exact words. But if you would ask me if I think President Aquino is involved, I would think that he acted in good faith. And my only question to him was, as president, do you assume that all the research, investigation, due diligence was already done, no, before it is given to you for final approval? So as president, you assume that everything has been done. So I would think there are some information or some things like the risk involved that was not disclosed to him. So,
but he remains innocent to you.
Well, I think the intention was good, no? But they say there's a saying that the road to hell is paved with good intentions. No? I think that President Aquino is honest, but those under him have to answer a lot of
Senator,
things.
just who is responsible? Who could have been? Who are you unhappy with because of the Dengvaksha vaccine? Is it Secretary Garin? Was she at fault here? Did she hide something from the president?
Well, the recommendation of the experts was to proceed with caution, no? Because this is something new. No? From the way I recall, Formulary Executive Council approved this, but only for a limited number,
Yes.
about 20, 30,000
Hindi en masse.
children. But this one is 830,000.
Yeah.
That's almost 1 million. So it will be very hard to monitor, and it will be very hard to closely look after all of these children. I'm not really satisfied, Pinky, if you, going back to your question, I'm not satisfied with Secretary Abad's, former Secretary Abad's answer that I asked him that is it usual practice not to make use of savings to for this type
Yeah.
of
Project.
procurement, no? 3.5 billion. And Pinky, this is just too big, 3.5 billion. And I'm not a lawyer, but from what the way I understand is that any expenditure or any program has to have an appropriation from the Congress,
Okay, well, all money actually emanates from Congress. But just before I leave this topic, sir, marami pa tayong pag-uusapan. Hindi ho kasi kayo masyado nakapagsalita, napansin din ho ng tao yun. And in fact, let's be honest, Senator Gordon was praised and he was also criticized for having a one-man show. Do you think you'll be able to bring up these questions in the next hearing, sir? Will you be a little bit more aggressive?
That's why I will ask him if I would request another hearing, because I would want to touch more on the health aspect, because again, Pinky, I would want to address the anxiety, the
mothers of the 830,000.
Of the parents of the 800,000, and how to move forward on how the DOH intends to monitor.
Okay.
So
Pero
I would
hindi kayo
request for
masyado
one more.
nakasalita.
No, because everybody has their own style. No?
Yeah.
And I was because Senator Gordon, probably, in fairness to him, probably that's his style, and probably the lawyer in him was very evident because he was trying to lay the predicate.
Yeah.
Medyo napahaba lang, but he was trying. I think he was trying to lay the predicate, no, before.
So would you say you were
concluding.
satisfied with how Senator Gordon took over the hearing on the
I would think
controversy?
in terms of the aspect of the procurement, by the haste and the unprecedented speed by which the procurement of the vaccine took place, I think that was that was quite evident
All right.
after the two hearings.
Okay.
So I still feel that
The health aspect
the health
really needs to be discussed.
Still
because
needs further
yun na
discussion.
rin yung public service, Senator, for those mothers or parents rather who are very concerned about their children. Your seatmate, your friend, Senator Sherwin Gatchalian, involved in a Twitter war. Sir, tama ho ba yun that a co-senator will use cuss words? Of course, I can't say them on air. Dalawa po yun, G tsaka U. What do you
Actually,
think of that?
I was quite surprised also, no, that, but understanding, because Pinky, the social media right now, it's I make use of social media.
Yeah.
I'm very active because it's freedom of expression. But we must admit that there are those who are in social media who are really there just to bash, and you really, they disrespect, But exchange of ideas or debates, that's
Okay,
very
yeah.
much welcome. So I'm not defending my colleague Senator Sherwin Gatchalian, I'm not defending his outburst, but what I am saying or pointing out is that we are also human, no? What if there's any revelation here with what in this controversy, at least there is what was shown is that we're also human, that we have feelings.
So would you go
we
to
are
the
sensitive.
would you go to the extent of using cuss words as well, you think?
No, I have been using, and I've been very active in social media for quite some time, and I made quite some mistakes, which I do apologize at times if necessary. And
Do you think he should apologize?
I have learned already to practice restraint and control.
Count to 10, Senator. Count to 10.
Yes,
bago ka.
before think before you click.
But do you think he should apologize for using the two cuss words?
I don't want to. It's up to him. No?
Yeah.
It's really up to him. No? But if I were in his shoes, if I realize that I made a mistake, if it's necessary, I do. No? you know, in the past, I'm only human. I made some mistakes in social media in what I have stated, when I have posted. So I correct myself and I apologize if necessary.
And also on the last topic, your mother, of course, Senator Mayor Gia, there's supposed to be a recall election by the former vice mayor, and they have about 30,000 signatures. So in fact, the former vice mayor, Francis Zamora, is asking COMELEC to locate your mom to serve this recall order, so hindi daw mahanap ang mayor.
You know, Pinky, no? Let's put it this way. We have elections every 3 years, no? It's a referendum on the leadership, no? And we just finished the election. And in Metro Manila, there's no question. It's the mainstream media is here. It's automated. Whatever the result is, it's very hard to manipulate, especially in this day and age. Everybody has cell phones, has camera. No? It's so hard, no, to do anything, any hanky-panky, so to speak. But you know, for a recall election to happen, there has to be
20%.
loss of confidence. Yeah,
no, but there's supposed to be 20% of signatures from
but there
the
has to be
70,000 voters of San Juan.
Yes.
He claims, the vice mayor is claiming they have about 30,000 signatures.
Yes, I will explain to you how they were able to obtain,
Okay.
which we question. But you know, in order for you to have a recall election, there has to be loss of confidence. Meaning, Pinky, there has to be a scandal, probably a big corruption issue or anything like that. But Pinky, San Juan is in Metro Manila. It's in the NCR. It's your headquarters is very close to San Juan. If there is anything, no, to this effect, no, corruption, scams, or scandals, I don't think it will escape the prying eyes of media.
Okay.
No? So there is just no basis for recall. And I would
What about
want
the
to
signatures?
go into how they were able to obtain the signatures. Ronnie Zamora is a congressman, and he is able to obtain some programs or projects from the OH, the SWD.
Okay.
Also the ULE, no? Like for example, this is medical assistance, no? This came from either the SWD or the OH, no? But they put, ang nilalagay nila sa Zamora. No? They make it come out that it's from them, but it's actually government money, no? And then we have the Zamora Educational Assistance. They call it Zamora Educational Assistance, but it's coming from probably CHED or the SWD.
Okay.
No? So, and then this one, daycare center. So this is, imagine, Piggy, I think in the country, in the whole country, we're the only in San Juan, doon lang yata merong daycare na meron ding scholarship.
Okay.
Diba?
So sorry, sir, we
So,
have a minute left, but they still have 30,000 signatures.
Yes, but they were able to obtain most of this because before they release scholarships or even sa DOLE, yung cash forward, before they release medical assistance, bureau assistance, scholarship, they make them sign the recall petition. So that we will use all of this as evidence that the way they were able to obtain the signatures, they use government funds.
Okay, very last question, sir. Some are saying that your mom is hiding. She's an absentee mayor.
No, she's not. This December, because my mom is 75, she is frail. And the Zamoras have been bullying her. They have not stopped really bullying, harassing her, using money, power, and influence. Pinky, my mother is 75. She had a condition in the 1990s. She almost got paralyzed. And she cannot be subject to emotional or psychological stress, no? So she's
But
being
they
asked
might
to...
use that against you. They'll say,
No, but
then
she
bakit
is-
tumatakbo ang mami mo?
No, but
Sorry,
she's
sir,
being,
to cut you.
but she is very much fit. No, but she cannot be subject to emotional or psychological stress, which they are giving. And, you know, Pinky, I hate to say this, but I think they are very, very unchristian right now because they know the condition of my mother and they are really doing it. No,
All right.
It's really just the question is, Pinky, do you think the Zamoras want to rule San Juan to serve the people or to protect their business interests? It's just an obsession of one man against the good for what's going to good for the whole of San Juan.
All right, we'll be taking a short break. This is The Source on CNN Philippines. If you're going to say that. Sorry, yeah, Senator, hold on. Yes? Yes? Tristan? Yes. Okay, thank you na lang. Sorry, OT na tayo. And we'd like to thank the Senator, Senator J.V. Ejercito. Thank you, sir, and then we'll see you when Congress resumes. That's
Yes,
January
thank you, Pinky. Thank you
15. And Happy New Year to you. Thank you for joining us here on The Source. I'm Pinky Webb. You're watching